start with a couple of questions, and I want you to take down your answers. Write them down because you want to note them. What is abundance and money like for you currently? Is it easy to get? Is it hard to hold on to? Is it only found on credit cards? Or is money a non-issue in your life because you have an abundance of it? You have plenty. I have had thousands of clients who felt hindered in their ability to manifest abundance in the form of cash or wealth or any other thing associated with material energy. They wanted these things so that they could have the freedom to experience life a certain way, to love their kids a certain way, to help their family a certain way. Some people want to send their kids to a good school. They want to share cultures and travel. They want to love their family any way they want because they have the resources to do it. And for a lot of people, even on this call, hearing the phrase, the love of money is the root of all evil, somewhere became a subconscious or unconscious program that you bought into. And you think somewhere that money is bad to have. But I see a lot of very moneyed people doing philanthropy. So you have to get that money is just an energy where you can use it for good things. It might surprise a lot of you that I look at money as just simply an energy thing. But if I'd known what I'm going to teach you 20 years ago, my whole world would have been very different. You know, starting in my mid-20s, I did manifest an abundance that most people would only dream of. And I'm being very conservative when I say this because I don't like to brag. I don't like to talk about myself. I'm just giving you information so you can know that I know what I'm talking about. But I've had the multimillionaire's lifestyle, the cars, the private plane, the multiple homes in 3 parts of the world, the 5-star vacations. I've done it all. I had a lot of fun doing it. I hung out with loads of rich people and celebrity rich people, and I watched how they acted about money. And I learned early on that wealthy people think money is easy to get, and they really don't have a lot of issues trying to figure out the whole game of it. It's only an energy that they've mastered doing what they love, and then they focus their other part of their life on just doing things they love. That's it. So I do get what it takes to manifest a lot of money, but I also completely understand the other reality of being poor. I did the poor college broke kid thing. I had no cash. I used to work 80 hours a week. I put myself through college. I grew up in a very middle class family. I have had a job since I was 11 years old. And why? Because I wanted to earn my own money. Okay. And so I've done the full range of manifesting abundance. I'm also lucky enough that I get to do what I love for a living. I always say I get to be Christy for a living. And I want that for you too, where you get to just be yourself and earn a solid income. I have worked on well over 25,000 people on clearing their blocks to happiness. And these blocks include having prosperity and abundance. And I think I have a PhD in clearing blocks from people. You know, even Mother Teresa manifested millions of dollars with her abundant mindset. She attracted millions of dollars from other abundant and wealthy people. She used her abundance mindset to cultivate and grab and hold and keep and manifest the resources that were available to her. And she is an excellent magnet for abundance. You see, money is just an effect. The true cause of your money situation is your energy and your abundance programs that you have agreed with, aligned with, bought and sold to yourself and made them true in your reality. And here's what I know. I think manifesting anything, including cash, money, more income, less income, is basically a sum total of your energy frequencies and the patterns that you have received in your life that make up your thoughts, your ideas, your judgments, your beliefs. And all your energetic frequencies that make up this energy have created you making decisions. All of these programs have made you decide, do I slam the big door shut to abundance, kaboom, or do I open the big golden door so that I can flow into me more and more and more abundance? You see, the truth about money is energy. You have an energetic set point about money, cash, things, abundance, and life. And as you know by now, abundance blocks are subconscious barriers that have been implanted in you silently, behind the scenes, from society, your families, your religion, the people you grew up with. And they sabotage your efforts to gain wealth. They can come from anywhere: your parents, your mentors, your friends, the media, government. How? Well, I want you to think about it. As a child, did you ever hear your parents complaining about greedy, unethical people? Did they talk about how the government always sides with, the rich people instead of the masses? Did you ever hear the line from the Bible that it's harder for a rich man to enter heaven than for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle? Or you may have watched a movie, listened to a song, or read an article that calls money the root of all evil. Maybe your parents told you that working hard is the only key to success. All of these things sound pretty insignificant, right? Because they happen to us all the time. But silently, sneakily, they latch into your subconscious mind and they form the abundance blocks in you. And the result is basically in plain sight. I mean, just look around you. Do you love money? Are you afraid of it? Do you have debt? Do you wake up stressed? You know what I mean? Because we all know that we're kind of saddled with these funny little fears we have about money and our career and success. Some of you overlook opportunities all the time. Some of you work 80 hours a week like I did when I was a kid, and you don't feel like you're getting anywhere above and beyond where you currently are, okay? The list goes on and on of the ways that we sabotage ourselves with money and debt and things like this. And I want you to understand this because it's important. Even having one abundance block is enough to completely derail your life. I've seen it in working with my clients. I've seen them having one abundance block and it permeates and just kind of moves them off their life path. And I don't want that for you. And that's why I hope you stay listening to this, because I really want you to just clear your abundance blocks. It's totally possible. Let me give you an example of one abundance block. What if you had the belief that hard work equals success? You become the kind of person that works 60, 70, 80 hours a week. You come home every night exhausted. You miss moments of precious time with your family and your friends. You overexert yourself. We know that stress is one of the leading causes of lots of diseases. And you end up in the hospital or worse. You see, if you left that abundance block unchecked every single moment of your life, it could ruin it, okay? And what I found is that most people have dozens of abundance blocks affecting them at varying degrees. And let me highlight a couple of the most common abundance blocks. One of the blocks is about believing that money is the root of all evil. I want you to think about that for a moment. Let's go back to the phrase that the love of money is the root of all evil. Subconsciously, energetically, whether you know it or not, that belief creates this pattern or a habit. And so then you outpicture the belief that I don't want money. Why don't you want money? Because you want to be a good person. And if you believe that money is evil and simultaneous to that you believe you're a good person, if you have money, you think you're a bad person. So why would you do that? You're energetically basically throwing away money because you don't want to be a bad person. And whether you know it or not, I've seen this belief on hundreds of my clients, if not thousands, and it affects them. And they can feel the energy shift and change when we release it. And I want that for you. When you change the energy of this story, and you'll feel this later on, you can actually feel the denseness and the intensity of it leaving, okay? You'll just feel lighter, you'll feel better. Now, sometimes we have blocks to feeling things because the world hasn't been safe, and that's also another abundance block. If you think that the world is not safe, then you shut off your feeling, and you might not feel it as intensely as your neighbor does. But the thing is those things are still there affecting you. So energetically, when you change that the love of money is the root of all evil into a different and higher evolved belief, which is that money is a loving and safe and good thing to have, and you treat it like your best friend or your favorite pet by loving it and keeping it around you, then you are in the right frequency of money. I mean, do you guys actually really think of money that way? Do you love it? Because I energetically love money. I just think it's this cool tool that I can use to spread joy and good cheer, right? Now, I hope a light bulb is going off for a lot of you, because here's the thing that I believe, and I want you to really, really, really get this, okay? You guys are sitting here and you think I have a choice to not clear this, but I don't think you have a choice, okay? Because the problem is that these abundance blocks, and you might not even know all of them that they are just sitting there affecting you. And so when you go to do your world's work, you go to do your life purpose, you go do you and, become who you're supposed to be, you have these beliefs and blocks that are stopping you, and you're not becoming your full potential. So if you're sitting here thinking that you have a choice, like, oh, I'm not going to clear it, or oh, that it doesn't affect me, I promise you, you are missing out on the greatest gift that you could give yourself. I think it is your divine right to grab hold of the tools and clear your abundance block so you can actually just live who you came here to be. Now let me show you another interesting abundance block. A lot of people go around when things happen that are negative and they go, why am I so broke? Why am I always in debt? Why do I always sabotage myself? Well, you know what? The universe is loving and helpful and wants you to show up as abundant, wealthy, and happy. And so when you ask those things, why am I so broke? Why do I always sabotage myself? The universe, as a love gift, keeps showing you all the reasons why you're broke. All right, have you ever noticed you put up a vision board and then all of a sudden everything that could go wrong with your money all of a sudden goes wrong? The washing machine breaks. Well, why is that? Because you're setting a powerful intention and then the universe is showing you what is in the way of it as a love gift. It's trying to show you, hey, over here, you're supposed to clear these abundance blocks, and here they are. I'm going to manifest them so you can see them, so then you can clear them. All right, now some of you guys feel like it's torture, but it's only torture because you're not paying attention. All right, and I want to show you how to find the abundance blocks ahead of time so you don't even have to go through all of that. You are abundant by nature. So if you clear these abundance blocks until they're gone, you have literally no option but to be abundant and be happy. All right, let's talk about block number 2, treating your job as a source of your income. How many of you believe that a job is your source of abundance? I think a job is just a thing that you choose to do that creates value as you push your life force or your energy into it. Okay, so my job makes me really happy because I put my life force into it and I give and give and give and it gives me back. But I want you to think about your job. Does it add value back to your life or does it feel depleting? your livelihood. Your life depends on it. You put your living energy into it. And for some of you, it doesn't give you living energy back, right? And the story that a lot of you guys have, that's your abundance block, is my job is unhappy, but I have to stay because it's the only job I can get, or it makes me safe, or, I can't get a better job at this age, etc., etc. But all of those stories, okay, all of those stories are your abundance blocks and what's blocking you from getting something better. I've helped thousands of clients, and I get the emails and I get the testimonies and they send them back to me and they go, Christy, I cleared this abundance block that I had about my job and career and what could be better. And I sent out a bunch of resumes, and even though it previously wasn't working, all of a sudden, shazam, the big door to abundance opened, and now I have new opportunities that are coming to me. All right? And again, that shows you the simple way in which one abundance block can slam the door shut on your abundance. It can slam the door shut on your happiness. And you deserve happiness. You deserve abundance. You deserve to feel happy and in the flow, that whatever life energy you put into something, it gives you something back that also feels loving and safe and right and good and abundant. You deserve that. So for any of you that are listening that are in a job crisis or think that you're overdrawn in your happiness set point and you keep moving further and further and further away from what it is that you actually want, and you've got lots of fears and constraints and anger and setback and all sorts of things that are actually not truly you, okay? Because a higher vibration source energy is not fear, worry, anger, and, all of these kind of programs. You're in the right place, because I'm going to show you how to start shifting this. Another funny thing that I see with people is they say, I'm going to be happy when I get a new job, or I'm going to be happy when I retire, or I'm going to be happy when, and part of that story keeps putting your happiness in the future, and you never actually manifest it in the now moment. Okay, so these fear-based agendas are really sucking away your life force and putting your happiness somewhere else, okay? And I want to help you move into a very grateful place. I'm really lucky, again, that I figured this out. I like to give you kind of a visual example. I want you to imagine, and I talk about this in my Love or Above program, a scale of enlightenment. And at the top of the scale of 0 to 1,000 is total enlightenment. So this is where Jesus or a Buddha or, one of those enlightened masters might be hanging out at that level on the scale of enlightenment. And at the scale of 500 is the vibration of love, okay? And I always say to people, if you're living from the energy of love or above, like you're on your path, right? Because you're playing in the energy of love and joyfulness and freedom, all right? And you all know that feeling, okay? When you think of somebody you love, or you think of a pet that you love, or or you think of getting on your Harley Davidson and feeling of freedom, whatever it is, it's, peace, love, fun, joy. Now, when you go to work every day, do you feel that energy? Okay? Because a lot of people, when they go to work, they feel the lower vibration, less than love. They're going to work, they're thinking about paying the bills, they're not very happy, they're just thinking about all the tasks they have to do and where they got to be. And it's rush, 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 and stress, 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 and fear, guilt, worry, shame, anger, frustration, misery, discomfort, right? And if you're listening and that's the vibe that you feel kind of on a daily basis when you're thinking about your job, that's got to shift somewhere. Again, I don't think that you can just shove it under the rug your whole life and not really clear your abundance blocks, because the universe is going to keep showing them to you as a love gift, so you actually go out and clear them. I have helped people who would rather die than go to work anymore. Like, that's literally what their energy said when I looked into it. When I looked into their energy and I said to them out loud, I go, you would rather die then go to work anymore. And they go, yeah, I can't take it anymore. Okay. And I'm like, well, let's shift that. Let's fix the story. Let's start with step one is let's fix the story that you don't think you can get a better job. And, uh, and I go on from there and help them. I first delivered unlimited abundance to only a small group of people live, and I recorded it. And one of those people in that group was named Roman. And he changed his life in 12 weeks by doing my abundance course. He was in a dead-end job. He didn't want to do it anymore. He didn't actually know what he wanted to do. And by working with clearing his blocks and doing the course, he realized he had cut off his abundance flow. He was thinking that his current job was his only choice. So he cleared a bunch of beliefs that he had around jobs and about what he wanted to do for a living. And in a moment, I'm going to teach you guys the same exact thing that I taught Roman. And the next thing you know, he applied for a bunch of other careers. Okay. He just said, Christy, I just decided to send out a bunch of resumes. And what I got back in only a few weeks was 3 job offers. He said, I took one of them that gave me a raise and a $5,000 signing bonus. And he goes, I made an extra $20,000 in under 12 weeks. And he even said the best part about it is because a lot of these beliefs and programs came from my parents when I was clearing all this money stuff and this abundance stuff, that I actually now get along with my parents. They don't push my buttons anymore. And I changed apartments, and he changed a whole bunch of things in his life. And he goes, and I'm really clear about what my life purpose is. I mean, if you really think about it, 12 weeks, okay? That is really quick just by shifting some abundance blocks. He cleared some stuck energy. He deleted some stories, and look what happened. I had another woman who was on welfare, and she was gifted the program by somebody, and in the 12 weeks, she got off of welfare. I had a stay-at-home mom, Karen. She said she was always in fear. She had 5 kids, her hubby. They had very little savings. One thing could go wrong, and kaboom, it would be a big mess. You know, I'm sure a lot of you guys are in the same situation. And she didn't know how long they could go just scraping by. So Karen, she was from the UK. She loved herself enough. She took some action, and she joined my abundance group online. And she wrote me an email and said in under 4 weeks, I doubled my family income in 1 month. She goes, first, she manifested what she called her dream job. She used the tools, and she made her dream job happen, which was basically a part-time job working from home so she could raise her kids, okay? And then she kept doing the tools, and she goes, I think this is abundance thing is like going off onto everyone else, because all of a sudden my boss is now busier and she keeps giving me more hours. And I don't mind the hours because I like working for my boss. And the funny thing is my husband is also getting more clients. So the boss got inundated, and Karen said she went from working 1 day a week to 4 days a week, and she loved it. She said, I doubled the household income. And she put in the email, Christy, you have to understand, things like this never happened to me before. My family was barely making ends meet, and now we have more than double that. She goes, my abundance energy just kind of took hold, and it created more sales and more clients in his position at work, and I'm so grateful and happy. Thank you, thank you. All right. And I actually even have other clients that have written to me, and I see the emails. And this was another person that did my very first live abundance course. And she goes, it was a wife, and she said, Christy, my husband has been out of work for 2 years, and I was desperate for change. I was watching my husband stick to a job he did not love for a long, long time. And then what happened is he manifested losing his job. Okay, he's been out of work for 2 years. And so finally he was doing all these things, no job would show up, and she said, honey, would you just do these tools? And he begrudgingly did it. He said, oh, this energy stuff's a little weird, but he did it anyway, because she said, what do you have to lose? You have nothing to lose, right? And again, in under 12 weeks, he got a new job paying him more money than he had ever earned in his entire career, and he was in his 50s. And been out of work for 2 years. And she goes, I don't think that's a coincidence that all of a sudden he uses your tools and kaboom, and he got a new job. Okay. And she goes, now we don't have to live from fear. Now we don't have to live from stress. Now I don't have to feel so badly about where my husband was. And because she goes, I had to watch him not be who he was. His emotional level was really down low. He was depressed, and I didn't want to see that anymore for him. So thank you, thank you. So here's the deal, okay? I've shared a few stories, but I have, in working with so many clients, I have seen thousands of ways that we all block our wealth and our abundance. And these stories and these imprinting and these programmed patterns about wealth and abundance can block the very thing that you're trying to create in your field of energy. I believe that if everyone changed these, there would never really be a money issue ever again. And I can prove this a little bit further. Let's look at the belief or the idea that thoughts are things. If I had told you earlier that your love for money is good and you knew that it was your birthright to have money and to energetically resonate with money and to love money, your energy is vibrating at what I call love or above. And quantum physics says that if you look at something, you change how the energy behaves. So if you consider the idea that loving money is good, then when you love money, according to quantum physics, it acts like a magnet to bring you more money. But, and there is a big but here, you also have competing thoughts that are unconscious to you that are also kind of vibrating there. And they act like the barrier, and you might not even know that they're programmed in there, and they're there. I call them cross purposes, okay? And so these get programmed in from your mom, dad, society, teachers, authority figures, religious figures, and on and on and on and on. And we take them in because we love mom and dad, and we want to be like them, and we want them to love us back. But the thing is all of these kind of cross purposes can be an undercurrent that's sabotaging and blocking the abundance from flowing through. And so by clearing all of these beliefs, you then can use quantum physics to your benefit and just resonate and vibrate and attract and love abundance and money. And I would have never figured this out had I not worked on, like 25,000 one-on-one sessions. I mean, who does that, okay? And the reason I did that is because I wanted to find the cliff notes. I wanted to find out what people were up to. I wanted to find out how people were wired. And then I wanted to fix them, and then they would come back to me and they'd say, oh my gosh, we cleared this belief and my life is different. We cleared this idea and my life is different. We cleared this silly story that I had going on about why I couldn't get more abundance, and now my life is different. And they would keep coming back and saying, oh my gosh, Christy, after your sessions, my life is different. And I did that because I wanted the cliff notes. I wanted to know the shortcuts so that I could help the most amount of people in the shortest amount of time. And I wanted to give so much value to my clients. Like, I really just want people to be happy. Okay. That's my job in life. That's what lights me up, is seeing people change their habits, change their behaviors, go get happy. Send me these cool Facebooks and emails and things saying, oh my God, I did this thing and it totally worked. I mean, that really just lights me up. That's what I believe my purpose in life is. So we took all of these 24 main abundance blocks and I put them in a package and I delivered them live to people so that they could start clearing their beliefs. So you probably have some of these abundance blocks. For instance, this is a very, very common one. If you think at some level that source energy or your higher self or God abandoned you and let you down and isn't helping you in some area of your life, or in the past hasn't helped you when you really, really needed it, then you're probably blocked. That's one of the common abundance blocks that I have to clear on everyone because they feel abandoned, they feel shameful, they feel unworthy, they feel like, oh my God, what the heck is wrong with me? Am I not enough? If you think money is the root of all evil, if you ever heard anyone say that, your parents, religion, and you got programmed with it, you're probably blocked. If you have a belief that, hey, I am spiritual and therefore I don't need money, all I need is source, well, you're probably blocked because you believe that all you need is source. But part of source energy is actually money and abundance. Mother Teresa manifested millions of dollars to her causes. She needed money. She got money. Money is just a natural, loving, supportive energy that gets manifested through people and through the universe. So source energy can supply you with all your needs, including money. If you believe that rich people are greedy and do bad things for money, you're blocked. I know hundreds of wealthy, nice people, and I just think that money amplifies who you are really already are at the core. If you believe that rich people only care about money, well, okay, you're blocked, because I know hundreds of rich people who donate time, money, love, and energy to things. Some people have the block, hey, well, if I have money, people are going to only like me because I have money, and they're going to keep asking for things, and I wouldn't want to be a bad guy and turn them down, so you're going to be blocked on that. Or I can't make money quickly. Well, that's also a belief and a block. I saw people make money quickly in the abundance course, and they literally, before the course, didn't believe they could make it quickly. So you can change very rapidly by changing your beliefs and your silly stories and ideas, and that are unconscious to you, most of them, very rapidly using certain tools and techniques. One such client was Chris. He did the Unlimited Abundance Journey when I first delivered it, and he sent me an email, and I'm just going to read it. He said, I'm moving into a whole new life. I'm grateful that you keep reminding us to play and have fun. My wife and I are building a dream house. It's a big project. I get the feeling it's not smart to do in today's economy, but I keep using the tools that you've given us, and I've been asking to double and triple my income and to find new opportunities, and I always wanted to pay off this house within 5 years. Well, Christy, as of yesterday, we can totally pay for the house in cash if we want to. This was not expected, and all in caps, and pretty unbelievable. Now, I also have to say that, of course, I can't guarantee that everyone will get a result, but the emails that I have received from people truly show me that if you are in the right energy field with abundance and money, possibilities keep showing up. You know, as Chris said, this was not expected. But imagine if he did not answer his soul's calling to be on a webinar, taking guided action and doing the course. Imagine how his life would be different. He wouldn't know that there's something else that's possible. And now he has tools that can never be taken away, ever, and he can apply them to all parts of his life. Another common belief in the 24 abundance box is that people have to struggle to make money, or money comes from hard work, or you have limits on how much you can earn. When I decided to change a few of my own energetic frequencies, one of the first ones I changed was that I had to work hard. So I changed my frequency to read at love or above with the energy scale, and I decided my new belief and my new pattern and my new ideal was I get paid for being me. And everything in my life lovingly profits me in some way. And I never look like I have to work hard for anything, yet I'm always willing to work, okay? So I'm willing to work, I'm willing to go for it, but it doesn't feel hard and arduous and like, a pain in the tush that I don't want to do. My willingness is always there to do whatever it takes to get things done. And so when I decided to get paid for being Christy, a lot of new exciting things opened up for me. And I got on more radio shows, I spoke to millions of people, and I did more public things. I got paid for being Christy, and it doesn't feel hard. So the good news is it's very possible to remove your abundance blocks, but the challenge is it's not something you can always do alone, because even if you know, and I've heard this from lots of clients, they're very spiritual, they've worked on themselves for 20 years, and the common comment I hear is, Christy, I've worked on that belief, or Christy, I've worked on that thought, or Christy, I've worked on that whole idea. And I'm like, yeah, but I can still see it, so that means it's energetically still there, otherwise I wouldn't have intuitively picked it up. And I tell them the exact age, I tell them the exact place they got it, I tell them from whom they picked it up, so they know it's real. They know that I'm actually seeing what's there. And I don't want that for you, because even if you know exactly where you are, even if you have this logical decision like, hey, I know I have this belief or a block and I want to clear it, well, if it's still operating inside you, it's still there. Okay? Because your existing energetic frequencies and patterns kind of pull you back to square one if you don't clear the root one. And that's why the key to liberating yourself is to go to a different frequency, to let me help you ask the right questions to find out where this stuff is at, and then help energize your energetic field with the right frequency that deletes it from you permanently. So using my unique gift for tapping into people's energy fields, I can help you access it. For using my unique gift of being able to know what the 24 subconscious blocks are, and for guiding people through an amazing journey of clearing it, I know all the weird angles. Okay, I know where to look. I know where to show you where to look. And it's a liberating, life-changing process. And basically what we do is we kind of go into your energy field, like I go into an client's energy field, and we start balancing it. We start finding where is the root little nugget where this first got implanted, and where are all the layers that are piled up on top of it. And then we start clearing those on the specific abundance block that we're working on. And then we fill you in with the good stuff. The positive belief that abundance is easy, that it's safe, right, and good to have abundance, that you deserve it, that you're worth it, that it's your natural state, it's your birthright. And the result is energetic transformation with little or no effort. You have to be willing to take the energy in, but that doesn't take a lot of effort, okay? So it's really, really cool how this energy stuff can work if you know how to target and find the right beliefs and programs and where they are and how, and how to delete them all. Now, the cool thing is the technique works on individuals. So I've done it on my 25,000 one-on-one clients, but I've also done it in groups, okay? I've done it with groups that have tens of thousands of people on it, and I get the most fascinating Facebook messages and emails back. They're going, oh my gosh, this totally works. Oh my gosh, something cool happened right after the webinar. And in fact, you get to experience what I'm talking about firsthand in the energy clearing session that's coming up shortly. Have you guys ever heard of the Maharishi Effect? Well, it was documented. It's a documented phenomenon in which large groups of people can quickly and effectively spark positive change by focusing on a common goal. And they did a number of fascinating studies, and it showed that by people meditating or agreeing on a certain outcome, okay, that you could affect crime rates in cities, you could decrease unemployment rates, you could increase stock prices. So imagine what it can do for an individual's life. And the key is this collective consciousness, this hologram that gets created. When we're in a group, we kind of tap into the whole energy field of abundance, we start bringing it in, and then we use this clarity and this awareness to start eliminating all the similar abundance blocks and patterns that we all have. And the result is that you kind of get on the super freeway, right? And you get there a little bit faster than maybe just doing it on your own. And those of you guys who have been meditating for years and you still have abundance blocks and things like this, you know what I'm talking about. It's completely frustrating. And I have lots of people who do my course and they say, oh my gosh, I've been meditating, working myself for 25 years, and these things were always annoying to me, and you helped me find what the root cause of them is. All right, so let's get started, okay? Now is the favorite part of my session. It's the energy clearing session, and I want to help you guys clear some of your blocks today. I want to help you live from this amazing abundance frequency, this lover above energy space. And I don't want you living in stress, in fear, in contraction. You know what I mean? Like, think of what the energy of no money equals, right? Like, it's very contracting. It's very debilitating to some people. And I'm going to show you where the places are to look for these blocks. So remember, in working on the 25,000 people, I had to really hunt for all the places that people hide things, and I know where these blocks are hidden. And the crazy thing that happens is, what you guys may not know is that most of these blocks were imprinted from the age of 0 to 7. In my experience, when I'm working on clients and they said, hey, Christy, I was working on myself for 20 years and I couldn't find this stuff and it would never clear. Well, it's because somewhere they weren't finding the root underlying pattern that was programmed into them from the age of 0 to 7. When you're a baby, you're learning how to be a people. And by learning how to be a people, you mimic everyone around you because you want love, you want nourishment, you want care. So if you're like the people around you, they will help you get more of what you want. You're learning how to be a people. You're learning to, hey, if I'm kind of like mom or dad, they'll love me more, they'll help me, they'll feed me, they'll clothe me, they'll take care of me. And by using the interesting brain waves that happen in a baby, the theta brainwave, you start duplicating your whole environment. Now, if your mom and dad are strapped for cash when you're growing up, you're going to be strapped for cash, later in life probably, because you duplicated that energetic pattern, okay? Or if your mom and dad were always arguing about money, well, you might attract a mate that you always argue about money. It's really fascinating how this stuff works. And so I'm going to ask you some questions and I'm going to show you some things by doing this meditation. Remember, when I'm guiding you, intuition happens within the first few seconds, okay? So I'll ask you a question about, like, what age do you think something happened to you? An age will pop into your mind, and I want you to just really, really, believe and trust that that's the age, and then we're going to clear it, okay? And we're going to transmute it, and we're going to get rid of it, all right? So it's going to be amazing. So the first thing we want to do is we want to connect to the abundance frequency. So I want you to take your energy up 300 feet where you see, sense, or feel the light. Now, everyone naturally does this when they say, hey, I'm going to pray about something or I'm going to meditate about it. You naturally, whether you know this or not, you take your energy up really, really high and you connect to source energy, okay? And some people actually see the light. Some people just feel it and take a deep breath. However it works for you is totally fine. But I want you to take your energy up, connect to the light, and allow this light to start coming through your crown, the top of your head. And ask this light, this abundance frequency, to clear away all thoughts of lack and limit. Now allow this light to come into your eye, cleansing away everywhere you just see problems or debt. And allow this light to come into your ears, cleansing away everywhere you block the guided answers and the truth from showing up. Allow the light to come into your voice and your throat, cleansing away everywhere you block the energy of speaking your new future into place. Allow the light to come into your heart, cleansing away everywhere you have lost compassion or commitment for things to change in your life, where you stopped having hope. Allow the light to come into your solar plexus, cleansing away everywhere you block your life from flowing from love versus fear. Allow the light to come into your stomach area, cleansing everywhere you block your life and feel powerless over circumstances. where you gave in or gave up, going for it. Allow the light to come into your hips, cleansing away everywhere you lack the go for it attitude. And allow this light to come all the way through your feet, grounding you in a fresh new energy that's totally you, that's totally inspiring, completely hopeful, filled in with abundance. Now let this light, just imagine it, go downward into the center of the planet, and imagine that there's this light that feels like mother's love in the center of the planet. Okay? It feels safe, it feels secure, it feels grounded, it feels happy. And some of you might just take a deep breath when you connect to it. And once you kind of connect to this feeling of safe, supportive, mothering kind of energy, caretaking energy, I want you to imagine like an elevator, it can come back up through you. You see, we want to connect you to the light from above and below. Okay? We want to have energy flowing in both directions. And allow this light to come up to your feet and your knees and your legs and your hips and your stomach and your heart and your throat and your head. And now you have this energy of safety and security and filled inness coming through you. And now you're covered with light. And I want you to imagine from your heart area, I want you to imagine this ball of light just expanding out all the way around you. 10 feet around you, 20 feet around you, 30 feet around you, 40 feet around you, 60 feet around you. And just spreading out and out and out until you find the cozy place, the place where it just feels comfortable. You are now connected to the abundance frequency. You are now connected to source energy. You are now connected to unlimited possibilities. And I want you to now, for a moment, think of your last 4 years' income. Okay? And I want you to add it up. And I want you to divide it by 4. This is your average income over the last 4 years. I want you to look at it this way. Your average income is actually your limit, okay? This is how much you will allow to come into your abundance frequency per year, and this is how much you will allow to kind of stay there, okay? It's kind of your set point, so to speak. But I want you to ask this question. Okay, so first off, did you spend all of it? Did you save any of it? Okay, because that's another set point. And usually we get these set points by deciding things and having beliefs and ideas when we were younger. So regarding this set point in your income level, at what age did you first start blocking your income? At what age did you decide that this was my set point? And then just let the numbers kind of pop in your head. And just trust the first number that came in. So at what age was the first age you decided, hey, this is my set point? And it might be a different age, but at what age did you decide to start blocking your abundance? Okay. Now, here's the question. Did you believe this or get this belief or idea from your mom, from your dad, from yourself, or someone else? Mom, dad, self, or someone else? And here's the tool. We're going to start doing an energy clearing statement that starts clearing it. So I want you to imagine this light is coming in, and this light, this higher frequency, is going to dissolve this belief or block that you accumulated at that age. So let the light in, and you might even feel it kind of heavy in a certain part of your body. Just notice when you think of blocking your abundance or limiting yourself or creating this set point, Does a part of your body actually feel heavy? Kind of notice that, because that's where the belief is kind of locked in your reality. Your soul's bigger than your body, and you have this belief stuck in your reality somewhere, and you might be feeling it in your body. So let lots of light in and kind of just say this out loud with me. We're going to clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. We're going to clear and transmute this across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere this belief is that I've created a set point, that I'm limiting my abundance, that I can't have more than enough, I'm going to clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. And then I want you to fill in with the positive thing. And the positive thing is, what would it take? So what would it take for me to be able to receive more and more abundance? What would it take for my new set point to be, and fill in the blank, right? What would it take for me to be able to receive $100,000? What would it take for me to receive $200,000? What would it take for me to receive $300,000? And when you're saying, what would it take for me to receive, you're letting the universe figure that out for you. Now, regarding your life in general, let's find another block. Regarding your life in general, did you ever decide that you were not able to create more than enough money? Okay? Did you ever decide at some level, hey, I don't have enough? Okay, what's the age that you decided this? And did you pick this up from mom, dad, yourself, or someone else? And where does it feel kind of heavy in your body? I want you to bring in a lot of light to that place. And I want you to clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. And just imagine that this light instantly transmutes this belief or block. And then we want to fill in with the good stuff. So what would it take for me to have more than enough money? What would it take for the universe to supply me with everything I need? What would it take for me to always have extra? All right. Regarding your career, did you ever lose hope that there was nothing better out there for you? Are you stuck in a job that you really don't like because you actually think that there's nothing better for you? So regarding this, when did you decide that there's nothing better, or that you actually can't get what you really, 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 really want? Okay, did you pick that up from mom, dad, yourself, or someone else? Okay, where does it feel heavy in your body? Okay, we're going to clear and transmute that across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Clear and transmute that across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Clear and transmute that across all time, dimension, space, and reality. And what would it take for me to actually be able to do me for a living, right? What would it take for me to actually get what I want for my career? What would it take for me to make money being me? What would it take for me to get paid being me? What would it take for me to get paid more than I need being me? Okay, here's another one. At what age did you decide that money was hard to come by? At what age did you decide that money was hard to come by? Or that you had to work hard for it? Okay? Did you pick this up from mom, dad, yourself, or someone else? Who talked you out of your money? Okay, where does it feel kind of heavy in your body when you think of it? Okay, and if you don't feel, that's okay. It's still clearing, okay? Just so you know, if you don't feel it, like some people feel it, that's okay. It means you shut up some of your feelings, and that's totally fine, but it's still clearing anyway, okay? So whatever this is, will you please clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Okay, and the more you do this, by the way, you guys, the more awareness you get, the more your feelings turn back on, and the more you'll be able to intuitively hear the ages if you're one of the ones that's not hearing or feeling it, okay? This is normal if you somewhere shut yourself off. All right, so now let's fill back in. So what would it take for money to be easy to come by? What would it take for me to know that abundance is my natural state? What would it take for me to know that abundance is my birthright? All right. Okay, if you've ever felt stressed out about money, I want you to ask yourself, did I learn this from mom, dad, myself, or someone else? Where did I learn to stress out about money? At what age did this pattern first take hold? Okay, kind of sense or feel where it feels kind of heavy. Clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, reality. Bring the light in right to that spot. Some of you guys might be yawning or crying or have weird sensations going on. That's very normal. Okay, that's very normal when you're clearing energy patterns for that to happen. Okay, so bring it into that place and clear and transmute everywhere you're stressed out about money and everywhere you duplicated it from somebody. And everywhere you learn to stress out about money, clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, reality. Clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you learn to stress out about money, clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. If you've ever been fearful about generating wealth, at what age did you decide that there was something not good or kind about loving money? Right? Who told you that it's not good or kind to love money? So at what age did you decide that it's not good to love money? And did you hear this from your mom, dad, self, or someone else? Again, the first one that pops in your head is the answer, even if you don't remember what happened. Okay, so wherever it feels kind of heavy, I want you to take your energy into that spot, in, on, and around your body, and clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, reality. Please clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Okay, and then fill in. What would it take for me to know that it's completely okay to love money? What would it take for me to know that it's completely okay to love abundance? What would it take for me to know it's completely okay to generate wealth? It's okay for me to be rich. It's safe, right, and good for me to be wealthy. Okay, now I want you to look at this. What story did your mom or the maternal figure in your life, okay, whoever raised you, that was mom, what kind of energy did they have about money? Did they love it, hate it, stress about it, talk about it, go shopping all the time, spend it all? And then, did you duplicate that energy? And if yes, at what age did you duplicate that energy? At what age did you duplicate maternal figure or mom's energy? Okay, where does it feel heavy in your body? I want you to take your energy into that spot, and I want you to clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, reality. Clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, reality. Clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Okay, what would it take for you to be your own energy about money? What would it take for you to be your own birthright and natural energy about abundance and money? Okay, what story did your dad have about money or the father figure in your life? And what age did you start duplicating it? So what was dad's issues with money? And what age did you duplicate it and make it real? So take your energy into that place where it feels a little heavy or tight in your body, and I want you to clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, reality. Clear and transmute it across all time, dimensions, space, and reality. And just kind of think the light's coming in and instantly transmute it. So if you think you can't say it as fast as I am, the reason I say it fast is because the energy wants to come in fast and really, really, really just Shazam it. Okay, but just think of the energy coming in and instantly melting your story about where you duplicated dad's energy about money. What would it take for you to live your own story about money? What would it take for you to live your own reality about money? All right, I want you to ask this question. In about a month from now, 30 days from now, are you living the same life you have, or have you taken a giant step into a more abundant future? And if the answer came back that you're not taking any more giant steps into the future, I want you to ask this question, okay? Just very intuitively. want you to ask, will Christy's abundance tools help me shift faster than I can on my own? Okay. Now, if you heard yes, obviously you know the answer, take some action. But if you heard no, I want you to ask this question. Okay, it's very fascinating what can happen. I want you to ask, do you have a block that's sabotaging you and is telling you to not go for it? Okay, if you got a yes, I want you to ask, can I let go of this? Or does some part of me really just want to keep a lack of abundance? Because sometimes what happens is we want to be safe, so we don't want to have abundance. We think abundance is going to be completely unsafe to us, okay? And then we'll have this part of us that sabotages us and tells us, no, you can't go for it. Don't go for that. Don't buy that thing because that won't help you, right? Don't go listen to that person who actually might help you. Don't apply for 20 jobs because you actually might get one that you love, right? Don't go trading that stock even though it just, tripled in the last month, because you won't be that person that makes a lot of money. Like, you see what happens? Like, this part of you could be telling you no. So I want you to ask, do you have a part of you that sabotages you like that and talks you out of your good? If so, I want you to ask, what's the belief? I heard a lot of you guys have the belief that I am unworthy, okay? So you might have heard a different belief, but what age is the first age that you duplicated the belief that sabotages you, whatever it is? What age is the first age that you duplicated this belief? Mom, dad, self, or someone else is where you picked it up. Okay, so clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, reality. Clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. What would it take for me to actually get what I want in life? What would it take for me to use whatever tools, whatever opportunities, whatever career path would be the best, most amazing life for me? What would it take for me to actually just go for it and let me have everything? What would it take for abundance to be my birthright? Okay, and when you're ready, you can just kind of open your eyes, and you can always listen to this recording, but here's my point, okay? Do you kind of get that sometimes I'm working with a client, and they'll get this belief that they can't go for something, and when we really just track it down, because I can energetically, intuitively see, oh my God, it's the most amazing opportunity for them. It'll totally change their life. And then what will happen to them is they'll realize, oh my gosh, I can't go for it because I have some other belief or block that's trying to keep me safe. All right, so how was this session for you guys? You should feel a difference right away. It could just be a peace, an awareness, something changed. Maybe you yawned a lot or wanted to go to sleep. Any of those things, believe it or not, is kind of normal when you're doing energy clearing. And it's going to continue to grow in the next days or weeks or months, okay? And just remember that what you did was you just started building a new foundation for abundance into the coming year. Now, here's the truth. We worked on a few things, okay? But there's 24 abundance blocks that affect you to varying degrees. If you're 30, 40, 50 years old, think of how many years of imprinting that you have imprinted of these abundance blocks, okay? So the cool thing is I've seen that people can shift right away. And at the same time, I know that you have to find your angle. You have to find your root stuff. Okay. In May of 2011, I hosted a 3-month journey called the Unlimited Abundance Journey. I did the same thing that I did with you, but I did it for 24 sessions. Okay. You literally just got a mini, 15, 20-minute session. But the thing is imagine what could happen if you did 24 sessions of this block clearing. I mean, your life would be different. And so here's some of the stories of the people who did that, okay? So one of the stories is Deanne. She goes, oh my God, what a journey. And I'm just going to read the email. My life has taken on a totally different path, and I'm completely grateful for all the blessings that have come into your sessions. I was asking to quadruple my income, and $5,000 kept coming into my vision. I had a real estate closing I wasn't getting paid much on. My company was taking 50% of my cut. I did the secret formula to get more money for their transaction. And I found out that my company just changed their policy, and now they would only take 30%, plus the seller gave me an additional $2,600, and my commission went from $2,900 to $5,200. I've increased my savings since the 12 weeks by 6,000%. She goes, yes, 6,000% in 12 weeks, okay? And she told me about how she's been getting 2 new clients every day, and that's what she was asking for. She's now being featured in a local magazine. It's a top realtors, basically. And she was voted and awarded one of the top brokers in the area. Out of 15,000 brokers, only 5% made the list. She got a $10,000 grant to give to the charity of her choice for her philanthropic efforts. And the cool thing is I know Deanne, okay? So I've seen Deanne from the first time I delivered this until now. Deanne is actually now one of my coaches. She believes in this stuff so much. She is in my other program where I teach people to be intuitive life coaches, and she is one of my coaches. She actually works for me because she loves to help people, okay? So she's still a realtor. She still has an amazing family, and she would say that, oh my gosh, this stuff has really changed her whole family life, because she believes in this stuff so much, and she wants to see people light up in the same way I do. And I have really crazy stories that are hard to believe, but for instance, Desiree, she sent me basically a bunch of medical stats, and I said, what are these in the email? She goes, you probably don't know what this means, but by just clearing my abundance blocks, I have literally changed my body, and my body doesn't have diabetes. I was walking with a cane. I no longer need that. I didn't have a boyfriend when I first started this journey. I now have a boyfriend. I was living in really negative conditions. I no longer live in negative conditions. The stats I sent you basically said I was going to lose a kidney, and now I'm not going to lose a kidney. I mean, I know that's incredible and far out. I totally get that, because when I first read it, I was like, oh my God. But what happens is when you start working on your spiritual self and you start working on your abundance, it affects other parts of your life. That was a common theme to what people were telling me. It was amazing. Now, I can't guarantee that, of course, you'll get those kind of results, because I am not living and breathing inside you. I'm not part of your reality. You know what I mean? It's up to you to take the energy in. But I'm just sharing inspiring stories so you can see that there is hope for things to change. And you completely deserve it. Now, I want you to consider this. If Deanne had not increased her savings by 6,000%, it would have cost her a lot of money. If Roman, who I talked about earlier, had not taken the Unlimited Abundance course, it would have cost him $20,000 in 1 year. So again, I can't guarantee that you're going to make that, but ask yourself, what do you have to lose, okay? What if not clearing your abundance blocks is literally costing you thousands of dollars every year? Okay, so now that you understand abundance blocks and you've experienced the energy clearing session, it's time to get inspired. I want to show you exactly what can happen when you're able to break free of your abundance blocks. You see, in May of 2011, I hosted the 3-month online energy clearing event for a small group of 400 people. I called it Unlimited Abundance Journey. And during the journey, I performed live online energy clearing. I tapped into everyone's collective energy fields, and I eliminated each of the 24 main abundance blocks one at a time. Now, you're not going to believe the incredible things that happened once the event ended. And I started to get these long appreciation emails from participants telling me that their lives were completely transformed after going through the journey. I asked the 400 people that participated to email me and tell me how much they made over and above their current income on the journey. And Not Everyone Sent generated as the group over $3 million of value. They manifested over $7,500 on average each person. And that is just from what they told me, and not everyone responded. I would like to share with you 4 good reasons why you do not want to miss the program. The first reason is that you are going to target the root cause of your abundance block. You see, this is not your everyday home training program, okay? As an intuitive, I use my gift to help you find the ages, the times, who you got it from, regarding your specific abundance blocks. And we're going to target them, and we're going to delete them out of your energy field, and then we're going to put into you the positive belief, the positive energy, the higher abundance frequency, so that you can actually have a transformation. And you're going to find that it's so easy, okay? The beauty of this technique is that it works via audio recordings. And you have to understand, all of my clients that I work on one-on-one, they are long distance. They are over the phone, okay? You don't need a me there with you. You just need to chill out, ask your internal self, your psychic self, your intuitive self a question. It pops in your head. It's really, really easy. You get the download of what the heck the belief is, and then you zap it away, okay? It's really, really easy. The second reason you do not want to miss this, okay? I'm going to give you guys such a selection of really cool energetic tools that you can apply to any part of your life, okay? It can profoundly change your vibration. It can profoundly give you these amazing ahas about what your blocks are, okay? I don't share these tools with normal online programs, okay? This is the first program that I shared these tools with, okay? These are the same tools that I use with my one-on-one clients, okay? And I'm going to give you these immersive meditations and these exercises to dive deep into your subconscious mind and find the places all these blocks are hiding. And best of all, once you learn the tools, you get to practice and use them for the rest of your life, okay? It's sort of like, should I, give you the fish, or should I teach you how to fish? Third, you're going to get truly transformational results, okay? As I told you, 400 people took part in the original Unlimited Abundance journey, and a huge majority of them reported positive improvements in their wealth, in their careers, in their life purpose. So I have a history of helping thousands of other clients throughout the years, and so it makes me totally confident that you will experience results too. Again, I can't guarantee it because I'm not living and breathing within your body, but you have to know that the majority of people change. The majority of people have a positive effect, okay? You just have to listen, and you have to let the energy in and start shifting you into the energetic field of abundance. And the fourth reason that you should do this is it's going to be a lot of fun, okay? I am not your average teacher, okay? I strongly believe that the higher frequencies of love and fun and joy and playfulness help you get a more amazing result. And so you'll see that my Unlimited Abundance Home Training Program is designed with that kind of energy around. People say, Christy, you're infectious. You laugh a lot. I do laugh a lot. It's not serious, right? And you get to spend a few minutes listening to the audios in the morning or before you go to bed or during your lunch break. You do it at your own pace. There's plenty of material there. People say, Christy, I've listened to it multiple times, and every time I listen to it, I hear something new or something different. And I do it because it gives me an energy boost. It gives me a positivity. And I just love it. So it's going to give you a feel-good energy. And a lot of people like to say it gives them this amazing spiritual orgasm. There's this joy and bliss that comes through your body when you're listening to it, okay? And you have to understand, I believe it's important to align our energy with abundance. I call it ABC, always being connected, so that we can prosper not just in the new year, but beyond that. okay? I want you to really think of what it would be like if you finally got rid of your abundance blocks. You could live in a nicer home. You could have more money. You could take vacations. You could give back to your community. You could do whatever it is that you want for your family and your children, okay? Abundance is one of the keys to a more fulfilling life, and I want you to have that. So I think the biggest mistake that you could make is by avoiding working on your abundance blocks. As I've stated earlier, if you don't clear them, the universe, as a love gift, your higher self, will keep showing you your abundance blocks so you can clear them and just get over it, okay? Your higher self knows that your true nature is abundance. And so I don't want you to let these blocks be costing you money over and over and over again every single day, okay? So you have two paths here, right? Path number one is you apply tools and techniques to clear your abundance blocks so that you can actually be the you that you came here to be. Or path two, you don't do anything, okay? And then you could have been like if Roman hadn't taken action or Deanne hadn't taken action, and they would have lost thousands of dollars, okay? And I don't want that for you.